Okay, everybody, we're back today, and we're speaking with Rick Wigmore of the Musselman's Lake Residents Association and Charlene Jones, promoting the carnival. But also, I was curious, Rick, a little bit more about the Residents Association. I don't really understand that.
Okay, well...
Okay, big question, sorry.
Oh, yeah, we open it up now. No, basically what, and it was at the behest of Councillor Bannon, he wanted a group that he could talk to that would speak with one voice up at the lake. Mm-hmm. Now, prior to the Musselman's Lake Residents Association, we have approximately 7 street groups up there that basically the residents all belong to. Like there's the 9th Line, and there's Cedar Vale, and there's Churchill. And anyway, what Phil's idea was if we could have just one association get input from all the street groups into one association and speak with one voice, he could act for us. All right, okay. So in 2006, he got together. It was actually a group of people that didn't even know each other. Like, I didn't know Charlene prior to Phil's introduction. Here we are, we're all neighbors, and we don't know each other. And Phil was the common bond to say, hey, I want you to meet so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. Oh, okay. And that's how it all got put together. And the first year that it started, we had a membership fee of $25, but then everybody has a membership fee with their little street group, so we thought,
Oh, okay. So the street groups still exist?
The street groups still exist. They're vibrant. They have social events and that, so it's really fantastic. So what we decided to do is that we would get some money for the association through a Halloween dance, which we co-sponsored with the Cedar Brae group, or Cedar Vale group, that had started this dance, and then we started to promote it on the website. And this dance has got really fantastic. The Halloween dance
I've seen photos of that too.
Your
website is actually quite a lot of fun.
Yes, well, that brings in money for both, and so then we don't have to go to the residents and say to join, it costs you money. So really, to belong to the Musselman's Lake Residents Association, you just have to live there.
To live there. And
there's approximately 600 homes in the area.
May I ask, when you're fundraising like that, what are you using the money for?
Well, again, we're going to be using it to help clean up the lake. We've got a venture that we call the Couple Project, which is cutting unwanted phosphorus and pollution entering the lake. Yes. And so we've been working with the LSRCA and Lake Simcoe Region Conservation Authority, because what we learned is the water from Musselman's Lake actually ends up in Lake Simcoe.
Oh,
that
really?
was something before really getting involved with the environment that I had no idea of the impact that our small lake has. So we also, do you want to talk about Earth Day, Charlene?
Certainly. Right towards the third week, I believe it is, in April, we have in the last 3 or 4 years, Rick, I can't remember, I think it's 4 years now, we have had an official Earth Day cleanup at the lake with the Musselman Lake Residents Association. We meet at Cedar Beach, and coffee's provided. It's a really wonderful morning and into the early afternoon. People go out in groups and clean up around the lake. But what's happened recently is it's shifted over to being actually in the water. And we've had people who have water vehicles going out and helping to clean up. After so many decades of so many different people, we've taken parts of cars, any amount of debris.
Iron stairs,
old fishing equipment, just a number of things. Well, it sounds kind of straightforward, but when you take that out, the soil has a better chance of regenerating. Yes. The oxygen gets down where it needs to get. The sunlight filters in. The fish are happier by and large, as far as we can tell. Mm-hmm. And so we are very proud of, and this summer in particular, a number of us who've been longtime residents at Musselman Lake noticed that the water had a crystalline clarity that I have not seen since the 1960s when my family first bought the cottage.
Wow.
So I do believe that we are having a very direct impact on the quality of the water. And I know that we're having an indirect quality impact on the environment through the watershed experience of the waters going from Musselman Lake to Lake Simcoe, which is why the LSRCA are so interested in Musselman Lake, why the provincial government's keeping a little bit of an eye on it. We're an anomaly in a number of ways. It's a kettle lake, but it does seep into a much larger water system. So everything that goes on in Musselman Lake is a harbinger of what may be coming. So it's good news at this point, and we're all pretty proud about that.
Right. Actually, I enjoy watching the articles in both local newspapers that follow your environment days and cleanup and thinking. This is a great science project for some kids.
It does afford that opportunity, absolutely. And it affords, again, an opportunity for neighbors in the early spring to get out and see each other again and to feel that you are really belonging, that you have a real sense of community where you live is something that I treasure very much and I brag about when I'm in other places. Because it is a rarity, and we want to embrace all of Witcher-Stouffville. Again, it isn't just about Musselman Lake and we have it and that's it. It's much more about let's everyone learn how we can live together as a community, and from there it builds to better and better and better for many, many, many more people.
Yeah, I can see that you're a model for other areas in Witcher-Stouffville that may like to just pull together. How do I get my neighbors to work on a project together, clean up my street? We can look at the Musselman Lake Residents
The association is a great way for neighbors to get to know one another. And I can't say enough about how it's worked out for us.
Yeah. Are you working on other projects?
Oh, yeah.
The lights are one.
Well, that's the one that I'd heard about as well. And if you don't mind, can you tell us a little bit about this?
Yes. Basically, what we've got interested in is because the lake is so dark at night going around and the road is so treacherous with a lot of turns and that, we thought some residents are totally against streetlights because they want it au naturel, and other people realize that it's a safety issue.
Yes.
And that they need to have a minimum amount of light so people aren't running into each other and this type deal. So we decided to hit a compromise, and we did a streetlight test on High Crest. Now, what we did is we took the EnviroSmart system from Calgary, and we had it installed on High Crest. And what we did is we took the traditional lights of 150 watts, and we put lights up only drawing 100 watts of power. But we kept thinking about more and more. Even the 100 watters, you have a phosphorus content and you have a mercury content. So we continued our search, and we came up with an LED company, Proterra LED. And basically, they have developed better LEDs. Like, LEDs have got a bad rap because there's been a lot of cheap product come from China.
Yes. Okay.
And now we have a Canadian manufacturer, a North American manufacturer. So we did a light test on Byron. We just put one light up, but it was 90 watts. So now we've gone from 150 to 100. Now we're down to 90. Now, after putting it up in a test period, we think we can cut this down to even 50 watts. Really?
And still have enough light to make a safe...
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so. And what's happened too with
street... Does that ever say a lot about
the
lighting that we have down our main street? Anyways.
Exactly. Yeah, the savings will be absolutely incredible if it works out exactly the way we're... So what we're going to do is we're going to put up a light that will actually give us... We can turn it to 50 watts or we can turn it to 75. Oh. So if it turns out that the 50 watts is too dark, we can always up it to 75. But if you saw the 90 watt light, you would have a... It's brighter than the 100 watt lights that are on the street right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you have them in your business, Rick, so you have direct, personal, first-hand experience of the savings.
Yes. Again, we put LED into our warehouse, and we saved ourselves about $50,000 a year in power. Just incredible.
In your warehouse, large warehouse, medium size?
Yeah. No, I have a company called Ravenshoe Group down in Markham.
Okay.
And we have basically a 40,000 square foot facility there, of which 27,000 feet is warehouse.
Okay.
And so the whole it was owned by an American company, and they had the traditional lights. We took them all out and we put in all LED.
Okay.
So basically the traditional lights are drawing about 400 watts of power, your high bay lights, and we're down to 120 watts per light.
That's amazing. Now I'm just trying to get a visual in my head in 20,000 foot warehouse. The current library, 27,000. 27,000. Yeah. You're double what the library is. So if we changed our lights, we could save probably half of what you're saving, which would be a lot.
Oh, yes. Only what we're talking about is high bays, which I don't... The library would have fluorescent lights, but they also have kits for retrofitting buildings, too.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the library is also getting in new books on solar power, wind power. I'm seeing another resurgence in interest in this.
Yeah.
I've been here 23 years. a little more than 23 years. And it seemed that was all the rage way back when, and people were into changing their light bulbs, and then it sort of died off. It's coming back. People are really interested. And I think, Rick, you're right. It's having companies investing time to explore it and improve the technology. And that's what it sounds like. If you've got some high technological lights up there.
It's win-win-win situation. It really is. It's win for the business because you save money in the long haul. Power isn't going to become cheaper. It's going to become more and more expensive. So energy is a key component.
Yes.
So even though it's costing you a little more at the time to make the investment into LED, over the long haul, it's a no-brainer decision.
Yeah.
And the light is better. It's pure.
And so this is what the MLRA are doing up at the lake, working with Phil Bannon and with Rick as our admiral. He leads us forward and has, as you can hear, all the knowledge about things technical. Exactly. And if not, doesn't have it, then he goes and does the research. So this is a really great way that the community, again, is participating to try to help in the greening of the planet, and also helping in a practical way so that businesses are created and sustained, positive businesses, and that there's savings to the governmental level, to our taxes as well. So as Rick says, it's a win-win-win, and we're very proud to be involved with that.
Exactly.
So we have the Couple Project, which is also about restoration of the edges of the lake, and we're still working.
Yeah, what we're trying to do is slow the runoff going into the lake. So we're planning to do it through bushes and strategic plantings, as natural as we can.
And by runoff, you mean just the earth itself,
the natural
salt
rain washes across the road and into the lake. So we're trying to slow down that runoff. Yeah. And it'll be very interesting. We're looking forward to getting this going.
We are. This is going to be the first year. Hopefully we'll be able to do it in the spring this year, and to see some results, and see if we can take it to the next level anyway.
Yeah, especially now that we're watershed heroes.
That's right. We got an award.
Oh, tell us about that.
Did.
From Lake Simcoe Region Conservation Authority.
Okay.
So, we're very proud of this. We won an award this fall, and it was basically for all the work that we're doing on the lake, and kind of a recognition to that Lake Simcoe realizes that the work we do on Musselman's Lake impacts on Lake Simcoe.
That's encouraging.
So we're really pleased with that.
And a mark of the great success of having a small community group that works with the local government level, the regional government level, through the LSRCA, and occasionally with the provincial government as well. We've had dealings, and quite successful and quite positive. So it is really a lovely and a great harmonious experience at this point. It doesn't mean it's perfect. There's always, you've got to move and jive, and you've got to be willing to give and take. But I think that in terms of what's actually being accomplished at that lake, it is really lovely. We also have the road gateways up. We have 3 gateways up at the community. And the reason for that is simply to alert people that you're now entering a residential community. Would you please slow down? Yes. It's not at all intended. It's intended as a welcome, but as a slow down. And that, again, came from Phil working with the MLRA. And so you get many, many areas that we've been working.
So we'll say to everybody, come on up, see our winter carnival. Yes. If you like our winter carnival, come on up and help us clean up on Earth Day. Check us out on musselmanslake.ca is the website. You'll see great articles by Catherine.
And Charlene.
And Charlene.
You. Thanks, Catherine, and thanks, Gary, for being our tech person.
You've been listening to Shelf Life, news from the Whitchurch Stouffville Public Library. For more information about library programs and services, check out our website at www.whitchurch-library.on.ca. Or you can call the library at 905-642-7323 or toll free at 1-888-603-4292. Or why not visit the library in person at 30 Burkholder Street in Stouffville? Thank you for listening.